my brother, Owen. He's my brother. Everyone knows that. I didn't say his last name, which is... No, I'm not going to say that. You thought I was going to tell you a secret. Well, you'll never know.
Alright, go.
Ever.
Go. Today we are going to be covering how to set and to achieve goals. I would like to introduce, dun dun dun, my sister.
Hi, I'm Jalen. Yes, this is my sister. She's a nut.
What goals did you want to happen at the beginning of the year or early on in the year that you have now either accomplished or are very close to finishing?
Well, I promised myself, at the beginning of this year that I would get a job. And I did. I got a job, so.
Where do you work?
I work at a farm. I have to wake up at like 2:50, 3 o'clock to get ready for work to milk. I milk at the farm. And no, it's not like the old school milking with like the bucket. A lot of people think that.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that. They're like, so do you like hand milk them in a bucket? No, people. This is the time. We have technology. Like, we use machines. Like, we're not the olden days, like, with the 8 maids of milking.
And
like,
the bucket
no.
and the stool.
And the bucket and the 3-legged stool, the milking stool. No. Whenever I was really little, I promised there was this farm near our house. You remember. And I always said that I pointed at that farm every time we passed it. And I said, I'm going to work at that farm. I'm going to work there. And, you know, everyone just brushed it off. And they were like, yeah, right. She's not going to work there. She's only like, 7 years old? She's not going to work there. Years passed. I didn't actually think I would work at a farm. Then, the time came that I promised myself that I would find a job. And I was like, wasn't really looking for a job. And I think this was actually a God thing. But, this couple, not a couple, it was a family. They were, looking for people to help out at the farm. At their farm. But, they were looking for people, and they asked my dad if he had anyone interested in working at the farm. So, Dad came home, he told me, my brother, and I think you. Did he tell you?
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, he told you.
Yeah.
And I kind of just was like, whoa. I promised myself I would get a job. I always promised myself that I would work at a farm. And it was kind of like God placed this specific opportunity to, like, he put it right in my path. Ever since I was little, I always looked up to all the counselors, and I was like, I want to be a counselor one day. So I kind of just put that in my head, every single time that I would go to camp. I would keep running the process over and analyzing what the counselors would do, sort of. And whenever I started to counsel, I kind of tried to apply what I experienced from the other counselors. But sometimes you didn't always have the best counselors, which is another thing that you have to set for yourself. If I wanted to be a counselor, I was going to be a good counselor, and I was going to give it my all, because first off, if you're serving God, you should always give it your all. And second, I don't want to give people my half crap work. Like, I want to give it my all if I'm going to do it. So becoming a counselor was one of my goals, my big goals, because I really also really love kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say really a lot.
What was your mindset Like, what are principles you would probably say you live by, or like, like, what are things that have kind of inspired you or motivated you to like keep persistently like going after your goals and achieving them?
So basically what was my motivation?
Yes.
My motivation. There's a lot of things that motivate me. One is I am a go-getter. If I say I'm going to do something, I stick by my word and I do it, because I don't want people to be like, oh, she said she would do this, but she didn't do it. I don't want people to say that about me. I want them to be like, oh, she said it, and she did it all right, and she did it to the best of her ability. So keeping my word is, guess, one of my motivations. Also, staying positive too. Staying positive really helps, and
With anything, yeah.
not really being so negative. Like, whenever, of course, getting to your goals is really hard and takes a lot of time and effort. Sometimes you're gonna have mental breakdowns. Sometimes you're gonna need a rest day.
But in the end, doesn't matter like how much it means to you.
In the end, it will all be worth it. It will all be worth it. Start saying positive things about how you're going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I am going to be the best person at that thing. I'm going to do this test to the best of my ability. I'm going to do it. Is the attitude that you need to have, is the mindset that you need to be in. I have this thing sitting on my desk, and I flip it for what day it is. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a bad mindset, so I put this mindset is everything, and it reminds me to be positive. And if you flip it, it says, if you want it, work for it. And that's whenever I'm feeling lazy and I have no motivation. I flip that over and I look at it, and if I want it that bad, I will work for it that bad. And also in this drama group that I do, I have this. We get people write little like encouraging notes on it in this box, and then at the end of the month you get this box of encouraging notes to you. And I have those sticky notes, and I want to put like a cork board up in front of my desk and then pin those sticky notes on there so I can see things that people like about me and that will just get me in a good mindset.
Would you say I am affirmations would be like an awesome thing to do for like goal setting or anything? Like, I am going to achieve this by this year time.
What I have is I have a list of things that I want to achieve and what time frames I want to achieve them by. Another thing I would recommend is get a piece of paper and get a pen and sit down and think about goals that you want to achieve. Write it in present tense and write it and say, I own like this and this car. I do this and this thing. I have this and this and that. And then put times by it. Like time periods that you want to achieve those by. Personally, for my list, a few things on my list is I want to someday own a Dodge Challenger, buy my first house at 19.
Whoa.
I am a very big goal setter, and
dreamer. You're a big dreamer.
I'm a very big dreamer, yes, definitely.
Is there any extra advice you would want to give to other people in your situation or other girls that are the like same age, like 14 or maybe like in their teens? What advice would you give them with achieving their goals this year?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit. Let's see. Give yourself time. Everything that you do is not going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing really has to be perfect. Also, give yourself credit once in a while. Even though you got a C on that test, if you know that you worked hard enough and you actually put effort into it, then you deserve that pat.
What would you say about, like, planning? Like, is planning really, really important when it comes to, like, your goals? Like, how specific should you get?
Look for things that you can do now that will benefit you in the thing that you want to do. Like, if you want, like you said, if you want to work with kids, look for ways that you can get into counseling. Look for ways that you can go babysit. You just gotta know where to look, and you gotta want it that bad to go and
Just do it.
just do it.
Yeah, so that's really, really good. And I just want to thank you so much for, like, braving the camera and, like, deciding to come on, setting your goals, achieving your goals, because you have portrayed this so well in camp counseling, after getting a farming job, and it's not easy because you have to wake up at 3 a.m., yes. And then she recently redid her room too, so I'm, like, blown away at how much Jay has accomplished, and I'm so proud of her. And honestly, we could all benefit from your wisdom, Jalen.
Thank you. I feel so wise. It's been a blast, guys. I didn't actually thank you again. Oh, hi.
Gotta get comfy.
What?
We're not
I don't like my feet on camera. My brother, Owen. He's my brother. Everyone knows that. I didn't say his last name, which is... No, I'm not going to say that. You thought I was going to tell you a secret. Well, you'll never know.
Alright, go.
Ever.
Go.
Question again.
I already did.
Ask the question again. Put your hand up. Apply myself in the kid ministry.